So, the Overwatch 2 beta is a thing, and looks like I didn't get to be part of the Cool Kids Club, because despite signing up for the beta more than a month ago, I never got an access key. Which honestly doesn't bug me that much, because I have had a lot of stuff to do lately. That being said, I have been somewhat paying attention to what's been going on with it, and I will say, despite my very open criticisms of Overwatch before, I am cautiously optimistic. Because so far, it seems like they're going to be actually trying to make it more of a shooter rather than a first-person MOBA. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of the problems from the first game are also going to translate into the second one. Mainly being that trying to play with randoms is going to be an absolutely miserable experience, and if you don't have or can't get friends to play the game, you're going to be kind of SOL, because from my experience with Overwatch, in the roughly 1,000 hours I've played, trying to get randoms to coordinate and do anything as a team, you'd have better luck going back in time and stopping Chernobyl. Like, I'm sorry. The other thing I'm admittedly a little skeptical / worried about is that because they seem to be taking it more in a shooter direction, I feel like it's basically going to end up turning into just constant TDM feeling rounds. Like, even though, sure, there's the objective, I feel like because they're putting more of the focus on the shooter part, that it's basically just going to feel like I'm constantly playing TDM. And quite frankly, if I'm going to play something like TDM, I'm going to play Call of Duty. Because then I don't have to worry about getting cheap shotted by some stupid shit. Or at least not as much. Some of the things I do think is kind of interesting, like what they did with Orisa is kind of cool, since they seem to be trying to make tanks more offensive in nature, but because they're not really, going to be as defensive anymore, I feel like basically, unless you really know what you're doing, it's just going to be a constant steamroll of attackers shit-stomping defenders. Like, granted, if the other team knows what they're doing, obviously it's not going to matter, but in public lobbies with, us, platinum and below type players, it's just going to be a chaotic mess. Which, in something like quick play, sure, whatever, that's like the whole point of quick play. You're not meant to take it seriously. That doesn't stop people from taking it seriously, but we don't talk about those people because nobody likes them. But I feel like that Overwatch was already a game that rewarded teamwork, which makes sense. It's a team-based game, but trying to get teamwork out of randoms, just good luck. And I feel like now it's going to be even worse. And the other thing that still kind of bugs me, at least, is instead of just going on, trying to make tanks fun, trying to make tanks be a role people actually want to play, they just, okay, you only have to execute one tank now. Everybody's still going to want to play DPS, I guarantee it, because DPS is the most fun. It's more fun to go around and actually shoot people rather than, stand there with the shield, which is... They're kind of doing that with some of the tank changes to try to make them more, offensive, less defensive. But at the same time, that for somebody like Reinhardt, let's say, that making him more offensive heavy doesn't really fit Reinhardt. Like, that's not Reinhardt. I don't know. Because I was not cool enough to get a beta key, I will have to wait until either another beta comes out or until the release of the game, which I would have access to, because unless they've changed something at the last second, the multiplayer is for, like, Overwatch 1, owners would be able to access the Overwatch 2 multiplayer, and I don't necessarily care as much about the little PvE expansion pack they're probably going to push the hell out of, so I will have to wait and see, but given what I've seen so far, I'm still skeptical. I'm still a little worried about a few things, but from what I have seen, I am slightly optimistic about some things. Unfortunately, again, I'll have to wait and see. I don't know. I just felt like ranting about this for a few minutes because I don't know, it's my channel. I can do whatever I want. I'm not monetized. I'm not even close to being eligible for monetization for quite some time yet, so I can still post whatever I want. And because I can't think of a better outro, I will see you later.